Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Fomoball podcast. Not a great episode to start with from personal perspective, but still, that is why I'm going to ensure we're not going to talk about it. We have so many other games to talk about. We will
No, we
hopefully
will
talk about.
definitely talk about it. We
We
will
will
definitely
definitely
talk
talk
about
about it,
it.
please, at the end. But yes, we've had a lot of games that happened after probably, let's say, the UCL and, of course, the FA Cup semis. So, especially in the Premier League, we saw a couple of sides lose, which I think makes it very easy for Manchester City to win the league. But still, let's see what happened last week. We saw Arsenal lose to Aston Villa, but they bounced back to Wolves. We also saw Liverpool beat Fulham, and then they've lost to, I think, Everton this week. We saw Manchester United beat Coventry, and then they also beat Sheffield United
We
at home.
drew to Coventry and beat Sheffield United, yes.
I mean, they do at like regulation time, but then won through penalties. But still, anyways, and the main biggest player over here is Everton, who've managed to like win 2 games in a row. They're almost out of relegation, despite all the point
Yeah,
deduction.
they're going to be. They're not going down.
They're not
Wolves
going
here.
down, yeah. So probably it's going to be between Forest. So basically, Luton is going down. The other 3 teams, Forest, Sheffield, and there's one more team, right? Those 3 are close.
Sheffield's going down.
Sheffield is
Sheffield's
going
going
down,
down
bro.
for sure.
Sheffield is 28. Sheffield is number 20 right now.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I forgot. Like yeah.
Yeah.
So these 3
क्या
are like very
podcast
close,
post
bro. They're
करेगा रे तू?
26, 25, 23. So
Yeah.
one of these 3 will make it through, but Sheffield is going down. Yeah, like you guys said. So either Burnley, Luton, or Forest.
I think Forest will stay up, but it's going to be Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield.
Yeah. I think the newly promoted teams will go down. Also, a
Yeah.
fun fact, I'm not sure about this. I think Sheffield have conceded more goals this season than the legendary Derby County team that had the lowest ever Premier
Exactly.
League
Yeah,
points total.
they might reach 100. I'm just saying,
No, they
four
are.
games,
They're
four
30,
They
games,
are
8 goals.
90
to
to
go.
exactly.
4 games to go, and they've already conceded more. And
Yeah.
again, I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. I think the player who broke the record with a bullet header was Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire also broke the record for the most number of goals scored in a 20-team Premier League. His
Mm.
bullet header is a record breaker. So, all of you guys who doubted Harry Maguire, all of you
Uh,
who
None of us here,
abused me,
none of
None
shouted
us
of
at
us
me
here,
for
here,
none
but
of, none
backing
of
people.
Harry
us here.
Maguire.
Yeah, none of us here did
I
that.
have
So.
all the chats. Okay, I have all the chats. People think, oh, Harry Maguire's gone. He's finished. He's gone, dude.
No,
He's not your best defender. Go screw yourself.
listen.
Listen, man.
Yeah,
Listen.
you have the chats where I refuted the fact that you said Harry Maguire is the best defender in the Premier League, which is still Bullocks, but I never said he was finished. Okay,
Listen,
so
man. All I'm saying is, I
Uh,
don't make big claims about football. I rarely ever do. I always play it safe. But when I make a claim, it's right. All right. And I always knew Harry Maguire is bouncing back. He's the captain, the leader, the legend. He's back, man. And honestly, like jokes aside and like me aside, the mental resilience you need to bounce back from the shit show that he endured is honestly, I can't think of any other player who would be able to do it in the current, era.
oh, you mean like
I
footballer
understand.
making a comeback? Where
Yeah,
have I
I'm not
not
listen,
seen that?
listen, I'm not just talking about making a comeback. Players make comebacks all the time, but the way he made it, I'm saying. I don't think he released any statement by himself talking about the abuse that he suffered, etc. His family obviously did, but that's well within their rights. He had his preseason training with preseason training. I forgot the name of the footballer, man, but he had that, and people were still shitting on him at that time. People were Ten Hag wanted to sell him to West Ham. The club did not believe him. The fans do not believe him. In the preseason, he was booed by our own fans. I'm honestly ashamed to say that as a United fan. We can be the most toxic fan base in the world. And despite all of that, man, nothing in the press. He was well within his right to issue a statement. He did none of that. Just pure talent, pure football, pure hard work. And man, what a comeback this season. What a comeback. Honestly, I am proud to have backed him all this time. I'm proud to have had him wear the armband for the club. But what a player, man. What a player. What a man. That's all I have to say on the topic.
Yeah, no, I don't know how we got to the topic, but still, anyways.
That's because he broke the
Uh,
record, dude. He's a record breaker, needle mover, one of one, captain, leader,
So
legend.
92 goals have been scored, but then, yeah, okay, never mind. Fine, let's first talk about this game, the Wolves Arsenal game. Now, it was difficult for Arsenal to actually. Essentially, the defeat to Aston Villa meant they're like most likely conceding the title to City, despite leading the table like for a while with all that goal difference. But they actually played extremely well. And if I'm not wrong, let's look at the scorers. Where is it? This man from nowhere is balling, and especially his goal versus. Of course, I'm not going to talk about that fixture, but he scored the first goal in a 5-0 match recently. He's in such good form, and to think that Arsenal like got him for peanuts compared to certain other players is I don't understand. Like, and of course we know Odegaard is gifted, but like Trossard's form probably is one of the biggest boosts for Arsenal right now because Martinelli is not firing. So I'm just thinking like when you don't have your key player not performing, you always need your backup to like do, and it's probably the case for United as well. Like for certain players right now, we're seeing how they're stepping up. I think that's the same for Arsenal as well. So, I mean, there's a possibility they still could win the league. They're still going toe to toe with City, but this was a game that I think. I mean, Wolves were toothless basically. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think like probably Arsenal can be defeated? They won like what 7 goals?
I have a very interesting scenario for you, Kaushik. Can you go back to the Premier League table?
All right, let's
So,
see. All right.
go to the
Oh,
table.
we have. Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
we
no,
have
no.
the
I have something
City.
way better. I have something way better coming up for you. Just go to the table. Yeah. So City right now have 2 games in hand and at 73 points, right?
Yep.
If they win both the games in hand, they get on 79 points. That's
Yeah.
2 points ahead of Arsenal. You know who City's second last fixture of this season is against?
Villa, maybe.
Tottenham Hotspurs. So there is a very real possibility that Spurs could win Arsenal the league. It's a very real possibility.
Yeah, and even if Spurs draw to like City and they're on level points, they still could
Yeah,
win because it's
Arsenal
goal
still
difference.
has the goal difference. So it's going to be a really, really, really interesting finale. And I know things don't normally go the way people predict with the scripts, etc. But man, what a script that would be. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
Spurs
mean,
fans would rejoice or mourn that victory, but
yeah,
I
because
don't know if Arsenal fans will celebrate Spurs winning, like will they be
Spurs
able to
can't
digest it?
even, Spurs can't even like throw away the game because they need UCL,
Yeah.
and Premier League is not getting 5 spots, so they need UCL.
So it's coming up to be a very, very interesting season.
It was more interesting a month ago for me, but
No. Listen, the good news is, I mean, yeah, never mind. We'll talk about United later, but we will talk about United.
No, but this game in hand thing never works. Like based on personal opinion, I can tell. Like
no, for
Tottenham has
Manchester
games in
City,
hand. City
City
has
is
games
the
in hand.
only team for whom I'd say that a game in hand would make a considerable
Exactly. Yeah.
difference because this is the
Yeah.
same thing that happened when the season we came second. We were first, but City had a game in hand. I want to say we bottled the game. The referees bottled the game against Sheffield, and City all of a sudden went on a massive streak, and they
City
had the momentum and
always
we didn't. As simple
City
as that.
always
Yeah,
do a massive streak at the end of the season, so we all expect that. But
yeah. So
the difference here is, I think. Oh no, yeah, if City win both their games in hand, they'll be on top, right?
yeah. So it's either going to be Spurs who could possibly beat them to win Arsenal the title, or it could be a former United manager in David Moyes who beats City in the last game of the Premier League
I
and
don't
stops them from
think.
doing the
Yeah,
quadruple.
I don't think West Ham will win against.
No, West
Never.
Ham
I
actually.
don't know, man. I
No,
don't
because
know.
no, West Ham played well versus City. I think the first time they met, I'm not sure what the scoreline was, but I remember West
Listen,
Ham
man.
playing.
End of
Yeah,
season, City is a completely different
yeah, exactly. It's all
ball game.
fun like
They could.
until it starts, but yeah.
Kaushik, they could go 2-0 down and win 3-2
3-2, exactly.
and
Yeah.
win the league by 1 point. That happened literally 2 years ago. No, I'm talking about 2 years ago, Shashank. So,
Okay.
I know.
So,
He slipped on his foot.
sure.
One thing which I
Let's.
hate the Premier League
He
is
gave it
we had
to
these two
Death
fixtures being played at the same fucking time. Why? You had like
Because
3 days during the week to
I
play
don't
I
think.
think
I
I
don't.
think it's because
same
in
fucking
case
time.
see I think the reason is very simple. They knew that United fans may end up suffering through this game. So in case we need to feel happy, we can just watch Everton beat Liverpool.
No, but the problem is even this fixture, like in fact, all these four fixtures were bang on because like Bournemouth took the lead and then they went down like one man. So this game was interesting. Palace was beating Newcastle. I don't know what Glasner is cooking.
Palace have been an insane run of form since they defeated us.
See,
So they have
I think
found something inside
a
them.
lot of credit, by the way. Can you open the stats for this game, by the way? Palace Newcastle.
Yeah,
I think we're getting
open the stats.
Dean Henderson prop from Shashank.
Yeah.
20
So
shots
yeah, I
against
think
Eddie Howe. Holy.
yeah, that's what I just wanted to point out over there. And of course, props to my man Dean Henderson. All right, for keeping a clean sheet as always. Amazing
Yeah.
goalkeeper. Should have been playing for United right now, but you know what, Dean? I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. I hope you
Shashank,
come back
do
someday.
you
But
think Dean Henderson is better than Onana?
No, but there would be a good 1 and 2, like
look, man,
in no particular order.
look. I'm going to be very honest with you. Based off this season alone, if you're going solely by this season, all competitions, I think Dean Henderson has definitely done a better job because Onana bottled it in the UCLs.
But
If it
we
were
have
not
never
for that fact,
seen Dean Henderson play in the UCL, so we never know.
we have. He has played in the UCL for United.
Fair enough.
So my point is, I am a huge Dean Henderson fan, and I love Dean Henderson. I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him. I also have not. I don't dislike Onana at all. I like the guy. He's a great keeper. I think it's a confidence issue right now because the entire club is doing miserably, and yeah, sometimes the pressure gets to you as a keeper. But either ways, man, I don't want to compare the two. But in another life, I would have loved to see Dean Henderson be our main goalkeeper right now.
I mean, like his mistake didn't prove costly, so it doesn't matter. And even
I mean,
like
it could have. That's the thing.
could have, but
Yesterday, it was
yeah.
Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire who bailed us out, man.
Yeah.
Both the captains, they bailed us out. I'm going to be honest. Like, okay, we'll come to the. Or do we talk about the United game now?
Yeah,
Or do you
let's
want to
talk.
talk about Liverpool
Let's,
first?
let's,
There's
let's talk
basically
about
just
that.
two games I want to talk about is this and this.
No, there is a
So
third game.
There is a third
also
game which we will do because so
Look,
for
man.
people probably watching this, there's an Arsenal fan who is a friend of ours. He's never come on the podcast. He wanted to basically come after the Chelsea Arsenal game got over. He texted me and he was like, I want to make my debut. Great way to make a debut, but still, like since he's probably going to come in the next episode, we will talk about that there. You will see how Arsenal fans
We'll
are
talk
beaming
about it a
right
bit.
now.
I'm just going to poke fun at
No.
Kaushik because
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in both the episodes. Don't worry.
yeah, man. So
But yeah, okay, we'll first talk about the United Sheffield.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to be very honest. The first goal was completely against the run of play. It was a horrible mistake from Onana. Tallow was partially to be blamed. I think he could have reacted faster and got the ball, but fair man, it happens. I mean,
No, been there,
I
seen
really
that.
wished it didn't happen.
The same thing
Yeah, I
happened to
mean,
us against the run of play. The same dude, and it was a mistake by the keeper. Like deja vu, but yeah.
point is, look, man, I blame Onana for it, but I really hope he hasn't messed up too much in the Premier League so far. So I really do hope it's a rare occasion. I mean, I know the stats say that we had 13 shots on target, but most of them were like shit shots. I'm going to be honest, it was aimed right at the keeper. We could have easily scored from those. What else in the game? Yeah, the second goal that Sheffield scored was a cutback, and I have lost count of the number of times I've seen opponents score that goal against us. They can always score a goal via a cutback. Okay, I really hope we do something about it this season or next season, worst case. With respect to how we played, I'm not going to give us too much credit because it was against the 20th place Sheffield United, arguably the second worst team the Premier League has ever seen. Don't quote me on that, but they're definitely the worst team this season. And for them to score 2 goals against us is, in my opinion, horrible. We controlled the ball for most of the game. They had a few phases where they did really well. In the first half, our possession was 83%. But yeah, I mean, kudos to Ten Hag, I guess, for getting us to do the bare minimum against a football team. Like I could watch this game and with the honest art be like, yes, I am watching football. This definitely is a game of football. I am not trying to bang my head against a wall by watching this game. This is football. arguably. So after Sheffield scored the second goal, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to go to sleep. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't. I checked my phone. Vibhas told me to Bruno scored a penalty. I'm like, oh shit, we're back. And after that, it was a fun watch, I guess. Bruno's third goal, oh my god, man. I love Bruno Fernandes. I love Bruno Fernandes. I love the guy. I absolutely love the guy. He scored like that goal with his weak foot. That's like the perfect old Bruno. I need that guy back in my life. I couldn't care how many goals were down, but I would have faith that Bruno Fernandes is going to come and save us. He's going to come and pull us out of the depths of Tartarus if we could, man. The love this guy has for the club, the dedication, the fighting spirit he has for the club. Two things I want to point out here. One about Bruno. Roy Keane recently on the overlap said that Bruno is not a winner because he hasn't won too many trophies. I couldn't disagree more with that. I think pundits like Roy and Neville need to do more to defend their own players. I know you're like a part of legend in United and think these standards disgust you, but Bruno definitely pulls his
Yeah,
teammates up by the
I
socks.
also
He
I kind of
definitely
like
does.
I hate the argument when people individual players are just by trophies.
Yeah,
Right. Harry Kane probably is the biggest example. Are people going to claim
yeah,
because Kane has never
definitely.
won a trophy? Is he a shit player? Obviously not.
No,
Yeah, it helps a player's stature, but it does not make him a bad player if he's not one trophy, of course.
and it definitely makes Bruno a winner, by the way. The way he's able to push us up. Yeah, sometimes his mentality could be questioned when we're going down. He may hurry things up, but you never say he gives up. He never gives up. I've never seen Bruno give up, by the way. Not even the darkest of times at United, not even when Ole got sacked, not even after the 4-1
There
against
was
Watford.
there was this game where you lost 7-0. And I
Yeah,
remember that game.
he didn't give up, man. He was still trying to make things happen.
He asked to be subbed off, dude. He asked to be subbed off.
I don't think he did, man. That was completely taken out of context, and you know that. You don't judge things by small TikTok clips. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes, monster mentality, amazing player, arguably best in the world, but definitely world class. All right, and Roy Keane, I mean, there's zero chance you're watching this podcast, but come on, man, show some love for the club. Like we need someone to defend us. Looking at Ian Wright, different Bruno Fernandes makes me want to vomit, but thank you, Ian, you're speaking the truth, man, out there. Second thing which I want to talk about more is about Marcus Rashford. And this needs to be said right now. I know he's not having the best of form. He scored just like one goal less than Garnacho this season. The guy was injured, man. He's arguably had this injury all season because he's being run to the ground. People talk about like the fact that he doesn't track back for the defense. It's obviously part of the tactics because yesterday Garnacho did not track back either. He was playing on the left wing too. You always leave one guy up to open the counter attack. Not every player needs to track back. And for United fans of all people, match going fans to boo that guy is a goddamn disgrace. I don't care if I'm not a local. I don't care if I've never been to Old Trafford. There's one thing you do is you back your players. The only two players I have ever not backed was because of off the field reasons. Even with
Who was the other
Anthony, like,
one?
oh my,
Okay, Andy.
number 11.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Oh,
Yeah. Anthony arguably is a third one, but honestly, man, it's mostly for off the field reasons. If Anthony didn't have that whole domestic violence thing against him, I'd still not criticize him this openly. And for a match going fan, an old match going fan, boohoo and call him Rashford in the fan cam, have some shame, man. Have some shame. For everything the guy did for your community, for your country, for the kids in your country, to criticize him just because of a shit season is just horrible.
yeah, and I think I was
And the
having a
fact that
similar
and the
debate.
fact that it takes me, a guy who has no connection to Manchester apart from a football club, to say this, like, honestly, hang your heads in shame, man. You're falling into the trap of some fan cameras out there.
Yeah, yeah. I
I don't
think I
want to
think
take
that
names, but what the
it's
guy is
okay.
going through is miserable. Every time he releases a statement defending himself, like, oh, it's PR. You don't know what PR means, man. Don't talk to me about PR. That is not PR. That's a guy defending himself, which he has earned the right to do. He has had amazing seasons under Ole. He's had an amazing last season under 10, 30 goals, man. He single-handedly put us in the UCL spot. He won us the Carabao Cup. He's not allowed to have a shit season when everyone's having a shit season.
Also, I think
You're booing him alone. You're targeting that guy alone and booing him. Have some shame. Please have some shame. You want him sold? Fair enough, man. That's your prerogative. But when he's wearing the jersey, when he's definitely injured, don't say, oh, he's just pretending to be injured for whatever. He never pretends to be injured. That man was injured with a broken back. He still ran for that club. He ran for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He ran for Ten Hag last season. and he will continue running no matter who the manager is. I wouldn't blame Marcus if he wants to leave the club this season, by the way. It would break my heart, but for his sake, I would completely understand. Clubs like PSG would swoop right in, and believe me, if he leaves Manchester United and goes to if he goes to Arsenal, Arsenal win the league next season, by the way. I'm telling you right now. That guy is a monster. Every defender talks about him like he's their worst nightmare. They talk about him like he's John Wick as an attacker in football. And you have United
Yeah,
fans booing him. He's a
I think
local
Shashank.
lad, an academy lad. It's a disgrace. It's honestly a disgrace.
Yeah, I think there's a very important point here. We have realized that there's a difference between criticism and just flat out insulting and whatever you want to call it, and just going personal, right? There are right of example for me. There are multiple players who I want to criticize and say, what the fuck were they doing yesterday or for the last 6 weeks of the most important
That
part of the
is your
season?
right. That is your
Yeah,
right.
exactly. But that does not mean I will say shit, personal shit, or boo them. I don't expect the fans at Anfield to boo Salah, for example. I'll give you an example. Salah has been absolutely bad for the last 6 weeks. He's been very bad, and I'm saying that as someone who loves Mo Salah. You all know that, right? But I don't think that means that any fan at Anfield should be going and booing Mo Salah, because what he's done for the club, similar argument. What he's done for the club, you just don't boo that guy. You back him at his worst patch. I know it came at a very wrong time, that bad patch. Obviously, we needed him to score, whatever, play well. And it's okay to criticize him that he's not doing this, he's not doing that, but you just don't boo him, you just don't criticize him personally, or go on his family or something, which I've seen happen with Rashford. Okay, that people have made personal attacks, people have
Yeah,
gone on
man.
family. It does not help him being black, obviously, because racist people, that just gives them more ammunition.
Nah,
So
man, if you say this is racist, they will be like, no, we just think it's his lack of,
yeah,
whatever. But
people have
I
Twitter.
think it's definitely odd that he of all people is being targeted. I don't know if that's because I don't think it's just because he's the highest earner. I think there's definitely
Yeah, I mean, of all
I don't
people,
know. I can't comment if race is an element. I'm not inside their heads. I don't
yeah,
want to just
it's fine.
assume they're all racist, but I definitely think it's wrong. By the way,
Yeah,
I think
I
that
find
it's the
it
job of
weird that of all
yeah.
players you could criticize from your club, it would be Rashford.
I mean, he's got 8 goals this season, man. There are attackers who got way. There are attackers who haven't played all
One.
season. I mean, have some. Come
There's a
on,
guy
man.
who's got one
That's
also.
it's no. That's fine. I don't want to attack them either. They're injured, man. They're whatever reason they're injured. The whole club is injury struck. It makes sense that his form will drop because he's playing with a new set of midfield or whatever every goddamn game. But whatever the case be, man, no matter, even if you think he's not doing his all, which I think he is making the runs. His decision making is off, fine. Criticize his decision making. Feel free. But for you as a United fan, as a person who lives in Manchester, to criticize a local lad who has helped your community, there's a Liverpool fan on the other end of my screen defending Marcus Rashford. That fills me with some shame, man. It should be the opposite. Vibhas should be insulting Marcus Rashford as a Liverpool fan, and United fans all over the goddamn world should be
Yeah, I would
picking him
have
up.
done that. I would have done that in normal circumstances, but sometimes it just
Yeah,
gets too much.
I know. Like it's like me. I would, I would criticize. I would like throw all the memes possible at Mo Salah. I would laugh when he's having a horrible run of form. I would make fun of him, and you know that. But when he gets insulted during Christmas time, I will back that guy no matter what. There are some things you don't cross a line in,
Yeah.
but it's a disgrace that United fans are doing it. I still expect it from some of the E-Reds because they just follow whatever blind agenda is being thrown at them. But come on, man. Those of you at Old Trafford, if you're ever listening to this, let's not stoop that low. Please, let's not stoop that low. All right?
In
Let's not
conclusion,
do our own.
what I think is you can usually boo players of the other team. Of course, that's to create a winning mentality for your team. You can even
You
boo
should.
players who have left your club. But the ones who are playing for the badge, no. Especially when your club is going in a bad phase, that just
The
doesn't add up
only
to
the
anything.
only club that boos their own players is Madrid, and that's a whole different argument. Let's not even get into Madrid.
Exactly. But anyways, like this game was a roller coaster for United because they started playing well, but they ended up with just 1-1 in the first half. Second half, also they started well, but again Sheffield scored. I thought probably it'll be a 2-2 because that's what we did, but United did play much better, and that's how
Wait,
they
wait, wait, wait.
ended up getting.
Chelsea did a 2-2 to Sheffield.
We did a
Oh my
2-2
God.
to Sheffield at home.
Yep.
Don't even
Yep.
get me started on that game. But still, like
But
United
Bro,
scored.
I will rename Chelsea as the most unpredictable team, right?
Yes,
Because
we are the real
Chelsea,
social experiment. But
yeah, because Chelsea is a team who's been drawing 2-2 to Sheffield, and then United is winning 4-2 to Sheffield. Chelsea is the one winning 6-0 to Everton, and Liverpool is losing to Everton 2-0. I don't know what's happening this season.
we have
I
also
think
given
that makes
points to
Everton
Burnley,
the
by the
more
way.
unpredictable team, by the way.
What?
Also, I think that our next game's against Burnley, and after that, I think it's against Palace. We have Burnley and Palace. I think these two games are going to define Ten Hag's future in this club.
True,
So
but I'm going to place my bet. He's going to stay this season completely. He'll be there for next season as well.
I'm going to be
He,
very honest with you, Kaushik.
yeah,
If Ten Hag plays the way we did yesterday against all teams,
you have a
I'm not
chance.
talking about results here, by the way. I'm saying if we go toe-to-toe with Arsenal, if we lose 4-0, but go toe-to-toe with them and I see their attacking intent, I'll back the guy no matter what.
Yeah,
After
no,
the game against Coventry, I lost it. I've kept saying this. I don't care about the results. Give me attacking football. Give me entertainment. Entertain me. Show some fight. Show some spirit, and I will back you no matter what. And in this
have
against
you
Sheffield,
heard Bundesliga?
I mean, yeah, I listen. I love Bundesliga fans. I love the Bundesliga. And
Exactly.
honestly, my if if I could do this all over again, my whole life all over again,
Yeah,
I'd choose to be a Bundesliga fan. I can't right now because I'm married to United. No matter what, no
I
matter
I
how shit we
remember.
play, United is my club. But
Yeah,
if I could be a Bundesliga fan, man, I would. The way those fans play, create a team, create an atmosphere, stick to the team no matter what. I respect
exactly.
that. I really respect that.
So the thing is, when Tuchel actually signed for Chelsea, I did not know actually what Thomas Tuchel was doing before. Okay, and I saw this one video. I think it was DW kickoff or something on YouTube, and the commentator was like, "In Germany, it doesn't matter if you win or not. You have to play attractive football. They will not compromise. Fans will boot you out if you don't play attractive football. So that's how
Yeah,
like
I think
that's how the
Yeah,
game
they
is.
don't care if you win the treble if you're not
I
attacking.
Yeah,
think Kaushik, that is why the most uh, attacking managers we're seeing
exactly.
right now
But
are from
Germans.
Germany, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about what Klopp is doing right now, but
No, but yes,
original
you're
Klopp,
right in
I
general.
think it was called hard metal football, hard rock football, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
hard rock.
And Tuchel at Dortmund,
Tuchel, it's Tuchel.
sorry, whatever, my bad. Tuchel at Dortmund again was high intensity, high attacking football.
Yeah.
He just had to adapt to Chelsea with the players. That's why he played what he did. People think that he's a defensive coach after watching him at Chelsea. He was just adapting to what Chelsea had at that time,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, and obviously Shashank might
No,
disagree, but
okay. So the thing
Ralph,
is, wait, if I'm
Yeah, I
not
was just
wrong,
gonna talk about that guy, man, Ralph Ragnick. I mean, that guy just ruined
he technically
United.
he's not German. He's not German technically, so it's okay.
He's
Austrian.
Austrian, but he's going to be Bayern's next manager, apparently. By the way.
Yeah, which is like in Germany.
So
I mean,
I'm
be
just saying,
bad.
Harry Kane. I'm saying Harry Kane. I know what you're feeling right now. If you ever want to return to England, there is a club in Manchester that wears red that would love to have you. Come on, man. You know you're a United player at heart. If there ever was a player who never played for United and should have, it's you, Harry Kane. Come on, man. Join
It's
us.
fine.
We're winning the
Kaushik,
league. We're winning the league.
let's talk
Yeah.
about the match you have on the
Yeah,
screen.
we'll start with Liverpool.
Oh,
Just before that, since like Vibhas was saying to the people who are watching, that season where we won the Champions League, we scored 120 odd goals. We were the fourth highest goals in Europe. So Tuchel did have a score goals.
yeah.
Pochettino, whatever. But yeah, go on, Vibhas. Yes,
It's
start.
okay.
No,
So
Vibhas won't start about this. I will start about this. I will start by singing a song.
go on.
Have you ever won the treble? Have you fucked?
Oh, we lost the treble
Have
way,
you
way
ever
before. We
won
lost
the
the treble
treble?
way
Have
before.
you fucked?
It's fine. So
Have
Kaushik,
you ever won
you
the
can
treble? Like
clearly
Phil and Gary Neville. Have you ever won the treble? Have you fucked?
see, Kaushik, you can see clearly that stat that says possession 77%. But I'm not going to use that stat to defend what he did yesterday.
Said
What is the
Thala for a
use of
reason. Thala for a reason.
Hello for a shots on target is also 7, by the way. Okay. So what use is that possession if you're doing
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Mourinho
Okay,
came up with this very good phrase, by the way, called pressing oxygen.
yeah.
All right.
What? What?
Yes. Pressing oxygen because the ball is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
So,
like you can take the ball home, I'll take the points, right? Something like that.
How
So
did
yeah,
you do this? Like
the
what?
last time. Oh yeah, just
this is
last time.
Klopp's first ever loss at Goodison Park, by the way.
The
Exactly.
last time
Yes.
Everton won at Goodison Park, Mikel Arteta was playing for them. So
Yeah.
go back to the stats, no, Kaushik. Go back to the
Yeah.
stats.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
So
love these stats, man. Let's go through
yeah,
all stats one by one. Let me just read them out loud. Everton 16 shots.
Uh,
Okay. Liverpool 23 shots. A difference of 7.
in fact,
Everton
if I'm
6
not
shots
wrong,
on target.
Shashank, the 16 shots, right? I think 4 shots would have happened during the first goal. It's like, if I'm not wrong, like
Oh,
legit
I
yeah.
don't
four
know. Like
So
I
shot
was
went
watching a
in.
different game. I was
Yeah.
watching a different
I
game. I only saw the
I
goals, but
I'll tell you one thing. The possession is for nothing. And again, it's a typical Sean Dyche thing, okay? And it works for him. It works wonderfully for him. He didn't park the bus yesterday, but he played very well. Okay, first of all, I'm not against parking the bus, but that's a different argument here. So, and I could go about our defensive lapses, but yeah, they are there. Okay, let's talk about the defense first. The defense has obviously not been up to mark. I'm gonna criticize Van Dijk here. I have not
Ram,
seen that.
best defender in the
I have
Premier
not
League, bro.
seen that
Better than
intensity
the
from
better
Van
than
Dijk.
United treble winning squad, bro. What happened, bro?
I've never said that, but Van Dijk is supposed to be the captain. He's the one supposed to rally the troops together. He has been not doing that for the last 6 weeks when we're supposed to go into the title race. And
Wait,
yesterday,
Vibhas, so you're telling me Van Dijk did not score a bullet header yesterday to break the Premier League record for most number
yeah,
of
he
goals
did not.
scored?
Okay. Again, Konate was also sloppy.
Damn. The
Konate was
guy who
very
did must
sloppy
be the best ever
yesterday.
defender in the Premier League.
Sure. Let's continue. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is about the defense. Okay, both Van Dijk and Konate were very sloppy yesterday, and our attack. What do I say about
Three
our attack?
defenders subbed off, two midfielders subbed off. I've seen what I need to see, man.
What do I? Yeah, that okay. Thank you for bringing that point up. You know, the worst players on the field yesterday for Liverpool were the front three, and they were not subbed off for some reason. Okay, we didn't have subs. That's Jota is injured. Gabbo is having a child, so he's back in Netherlands. But the front three. Okay, Diaz was the only one who came out with some dignity yesterday. Salah, I've already said he's been very poor for the last 6 weeks, and I'm not going to defend his form for the last 6 weeks.
No, I think he's sad because his daddy is leaving.
Whatever. But number 9, Darwin Nunes.
Bro, Nunes and Jackson are a dream to watch. Like legit, there's a full post. You don't even score. You at least do it on target. Jackson and Nunes will be like, bitch, no.
Bro, Darwin, I think Shashank will remember this really well. Last season, I was defending Yunus with my life. Okay, I was defending that guy like anything. This much goal, this much assist, whatever. I am done defending him. I'm not saying he's ass kicking him out or something. I'm never going to be that toxic. But
People watching this video, this dude is responsible for turning an entire fan base against their own player.
bro, Darwin Nunes, I don't know.
Future United player, by the way. He's coming to
Yeah.
United. He's coming home.
Sure.
He's going to be our next Rooney in defense.
I'm going to make the statement. I don't think Darwin Nunes has the future at Liverpool.
Darwin Nunes.
So-
He played for he
Midfield.
came from Benfica to the big.
I remember
yeah,
Liverpool had a good thing going on. Ambarish came on this podcast and he was like, when will we see this OG backline? I think this OG backline bottle
Yeah,
UCL.
we were doing better with the kids.
Exactly.
We were doing better with the kids, and
Of course,
Ever
Vibhas says that.
since-
Of course, Vibhas says that to Kaushik.
ever since we lost the FA Cup quarterfinal to United, it's just gone downhill.
So, Vibhas, just to clarify from your perspective, is the parade still on or like, are you guys planning
See,
Carabao Cup, bro. Carabao Cup.
No,
Yeah, bro. Energy
Carabao
drink.
Cup, bro.
I think we will have a parade season, but not for the Carabao Cup because
Yeah.
because
Then for
Klopp is
what?
leaving. Because
So
our
parade
manager
for
is
what?
leaving.
What's he gonna do?
Huh?
Just throw a parade because he's leaving. Then we should have had so many parades over the years, man.
Because in the last 7-8 years he has done more than what
In which you won one Premier League, one Champions League.
How
two
many did
Carabao
you
Cup.
win in this? How many Premier Leagues and UCLs did you win in those last 8 years? Please tell me.
We were shit. And you were barely better than us. Like you won what? 2 trophies more than us, man. Like, congrats, I guess.
Let's count the big
We
trophies.
also won 2 Carabao Cups. We also won an FA Cup.
How
We
many
won the Europa League.
UCLs? How many UCLs?
Okay, congrats, man. You have 2 extra trophies to show for it. Congratulations.
Fine. So we'll
Where's
have
the
the
parade
parade
for that?
tomorrow. But overall, it's been a very disappointing last 5 weeks for how the season has gone downhill, man. But
Listen,
I think
Vibhas, what would you say to Jose Mourinho as your new manager?
I am actually not opposed to it. Let's not go there.
And
But
I wish I could just, if Mourinho is the new Liverpool manager, I wish I could just skip 6 months and watch Liverpool fans after that.
I would take Mourinho over Arne Slot or whoever we will link to right now. But okay.
A bald guy,
So
a bald Dutchman. I can tell you a bit about those.
yeah, exactly. The last time a ball Dutchman came to the Premier League, he bought Anthony for 95 million. So
See, what is surprising is these insights, especially the second one. I've not seen you guys lose. I'm being very honest. Like you guys somehow shithouse a way to win. Worst case, you draw, and to see you all like lose like back to back is like quite shocking.
the
I'm being
luck,
very honest.
the luck was gonna run out
Like
sometime.
it's
The
like
luck was
it hits, man. It hits so well. It's so well. I love this.
the luck was going to run out at some time. That's the point, right? And the luck and our finishing ability of our forwards has just, especially these two guys, you can see, yeah. Oh, Nunes is not here, all right. So
No, but
yeah.
you guys have
Go on.
scored right 75 odd goals. Like I just don't know what's
As I said, last 6 weeks we have forgotten how to finish. I don't know why that's happened.
Yeah.
What has happened?